Hey everyone, so we have another Rockstar Real Estate Minute here for you, and we have a question that came in from Wayne, and it says, "Hey guys, my wife and I are looking to get a cottage up north. The cottage has 4 bedrooms in the main cottage and an additional 3 bedrooms in the guest cottage. They boast of making $60,000 annually by renting it out. I was thinking of maybe giving them an offer with a VTB, which is a vendor take back in it. I was just wondering your opinion on how you'd go about it. They're asking $299,000, so basically $300,000. And so Wayne's question is, how would you go about offering a VTB? And so for those of you who are not familiar with a VTB, it's a vendor take back, and what that means is the seller is willing to hold back some piece of the value of the property. So if they're asking $300,000 for the property, maybe they hold back 10%, so maybe they hold back $30,000, and then you just have to come up with $270,000 for the property, and you pay them interest like the bank on that remaining $30,000 that they're holding. So they kind of act like the bank to themselves there a little bit, and it's beneficial to you because you have to come up with less money to buy the property. This is one way where people try to do no money down deals. Back in the 80s when interest rates were in the teens, that kind of stuff happened all the time. So Wayne, here'd be our advice to you. Yeah, we're believers in it. If you can pull it off, it's great. There's 2 challenges that we think you face. You have to convince the seller that it's a good idea to hold some money back on the property. So you want to try and find out something about them. Do they want a little bit of passive income off some money that they hold back on the property, either 10% of the value of the property, 50%? Are they interested in that? If they are, great, and go for it. The second thing to be aware of is you have to go to the bank that you're going to get the rest of the money from and see if they're okay with the seller holding back a vendor take back. If you're going to get a conventional mortgage from a bank for the rest of the money, they may have some conditions on how much of a vendor take back they will allow on the property. If you're going to pay cash for the difference, it's no big deal. So if you can convince the sellers to hold back 80% of the property and you just have to come up with 20%, you pay that cash, great. But if they're holding back 10 or 20%, you're going to get them a mortgage for the rest. You might have to check with the banks that if they're willing to do that with you. And in these times, the interest rates you might offer on a vendor take-back would be pretty low because rates are so low. So, maybe anywhere from 5, 6, kind of 7%. That might not be of any interest to the sellers if it's below maybe 7%. So you kind of have to do a little bit of digging and try to figure out if that's something that would interest them. But if you can pull it off, we're big fans of it, and we totally recommend that kind of thing, especially when it looks like that property is going to produce that much cash flow for you. So that's it. Hopefully you find that useful. Until next time, your life, your terms.